Welcome back to Civic Education Minds. This is Teacher K. I'm back with a different topic. Today we are going to look at understanding and addressing rape. Now this one falls under social challenges. Some of the subtopics that fall under social challenges are child abuse, rape, sexual harassment, teenage pregnancies, and so on. Today we are looking at rape. So to begin with, we're going to look at some headlines that I managed to find in the Times of Zambia. I just want us to have an idea of what is going on and also of the impact that this has. You can imagine a man raping his mother-in-law just because he is angry with the wife, a nurse being raped while she's performing her duty taking care of patients, a patient who is vulnerable getting raped by a security guard, a person who is supposed to make sure that this person is safe while they are being attended to in the clinic or hospital. So these are some of the headlines that we have. Now we can look at some other sources of these stories. We have heard a lot of stories that are coming from the media of different ways that this vice takes place. This is something that scars you for life, and it's very difficult for someone to get over something like this. Let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the definition of rape. Now I know that we have some people that are watching these videos from different countries like Nigeria, Gambia, and so on. I would like to know how you guys have defined rape according to your constitution or the laws that govern your country. So I'm going to look at the general definition of what rape is. I'll also look at how the Penal Code of Zambia defines rape. So the first definition is that rape is a severe act of forcing someone into sexual intercourse against their will. Then the Penal Code defines rape as anyone or any person who has unlawful carnal knowledge of a woman or a girl without her or with her consent by using force, threats, or intimidation. Now, I know that we're using a girl, woman in this definition, mostly because this vice usually happens to women. An example that we can give is having sexual intercourse with a girl that you have intentionally intoxicated with either alcohol or drugs without her consent. Those are some of the definitions that we can find. There are many others. Civic education is a social science, and because it is a social science, you have different definitions of what any term is. But for now, we'll stick to these two definitions that we have. Apart from looking at the definition, since we have understood what rape is, we also have to look at the ways in which we can resist rape. So how can we resist rape? The first thing that we can do is you can shout, you can scream, or you can find a way of seeking attention of those people that are somewhere nearby. The other tactic that we can use is psychological tactic. You can try to reason with the perpetrator, you can try to frighten them, you can discuss them, or you can gain sympathy from them. You try to make them understand that what they are doing is something that is wrong, it is going to hurt you, and they might even go to jail because of what they are intending to do. An example that we have given here is you can try to scare them by telling them that you are HIV positive or that you have STIs. This may scare some perpetrators of this vice. You can also try physical resistance. Now you can try to fight back or struggle if you are very sure that the perpetrator is not armed, that is, they don't have a weapon with them, or that your resisting will make them even more angry. If you're very sure of these two, then you can try physical resistance. Now, an example that we can give is you can try to scratch the perpetrator, especially in those areas that are very sensitive. For example, the eyes, the groin, or even the Adam's apple. Those are some sensitive areas that you can try to attack the perpetrator. Then the last thing that you can do is you can refuse to cooperate with the perpetrator. For example, you can refuse to undress. So these are some of the tactics that we can use in trying to resist rape. Now, I just want to emphasize that each of these tactics are unique to different situations. Don't try to resist if you feel that there is a threat of that person or the perpetrator trying to harm you. Be careful, because some of them, they may make the perpetrator angrier and they may end up killing you. You lose your life. So let's try to find a better way of trying to resist the rape, but let's also make sure that we come out of this alive. The other thing that we have to look at is the possible reactions after someone has been raped. There are different ways and people react differently. We are not going to say this is a one size fits all. People are different, hence the reactions are different. The first one that we look at is shock and disbelief. The other one is loss of control and feelings of powerlessness. The person who has been raped, they may experience shock, they may feel like they are losing their power, like they don't have the courage or control of themselves. Then unmaturely calm behavior. Sometimes you may find this person try to act like normally when what they're feeling inside is something else. And then they may experience problems with sleep, having nightmares every time that they try to sleep. They may face fear, shame, or even feeling guilty. Guilty comes in because this person may be blaming themselves to say, it's because of the way I dressed, it's because of the way I was talking to that person, it's my fault, it's me who has caused this person to do this kind of behavior towards me. They may feel shame, like everyone around them, everyone in their community knows what happened to them, and they may feel shame that the society feels that they are dirty or something like that. The other one is avoiding physical contact. Now this may trigger memories of what happened to them when they were being raped. So sometimes you find that they become jumpy, they try to avoid any kind of physical contact from anyone, especially from the gender that did this to them. Then the other one is depression, anger, or maybe even trauma. They may become depressed, others will become sick because of what they have been going through. Now, one thing that I can emphasize on any of these reactions is that we have to help anyone who has gone through this phase so that they can navigate and try to find a way of living with something like this. It's not something that goes away just there and then. These reactions are unique to different people, like we said earlier, and it's not going to be something that is easy for someone to get over, and it's going to take a long time for someone to get over something like this. Some people never even get over something like this. Let's try to make sure that we make them understand that they have people around them that care for them and love them. If they need distance, we give them that space that they need until a time that they are able to share what they are feeling and everything that is going on with them. We also have to make sure that they are not alone a lot, because some may tend to be suicidal and some may actually carry out these suicidal thoughts. The other thing that we have to look at is, what should we do after rape? Now, one thing that we can do is we can report to the police. The emergency line that we can use is 991, that is for Zambia. The other thing that we can do is we can get a medical report from the nearest health center so that we document what has been done to us as we take this case maybe to the courts of law and so on. Then we can also visit a counselor so that they are able to talk to us, counsel us on how we can live and go through the healing process of something like this. Then the last one that we have here is you can seek legal advice. You can talk to a lawyer, any legal practitioner, so that you understand how you will go about when you report this case to the police and it goes to the courts of law. So all these are the things that can be done after rape. Let's talk about this problem. Now, this is not something that is easy, as we have said. Let's discuss in the comments. Give us your views about what you think rape is, about what can be done to make sure that we stop this vice and help those that have gone through this problem. Thank you for being with me. This has been a really hard video to make. Let's share, comment, like this video. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.